The Torah portion for this week, Vezot Habracha. This is the blessing. Deuteronomy 33:1 to 34:12. This is the blessing that Moshe, the man of Elohim, spoke over the people of Israel before his death. Elohim came from Sinai, from Seir. He dawned on his people, shone forth from Mount Paran. And with him were myriads of holy ones. At his right hand was a fiery law for them. He truly loves the people. All the holy ones are in your hand, sitting at your feet. They received your instructions, the Torah Moshe commanded us, as an inheritance for the community of Yaakov. Then a king arose in Jerusalem, where the leaders of the people were gathered, all the kings of Israel together. Let Reuben live and not die out, even though his numbers grow few. O of Yehudah, he said, hear Elohim and cry of Yehudah. Bring him to his people. Let his own hand defeat him, but you help him against his enemies. Of Levi, he said, let your Turim and Unam be with your pious ones, whom you tested at Massah, with whom you struggled at the Meribah spring. O his fathers and mothers, he said, I don't know them. He didn't acknowledge his brothers or children, for he observed your words, and he kept your covenant. They will teach Yaakov your rulings, Israel your Torah. They will set incense before the whole burnt offering on the altar. Elohim blessed his possessions. Accept the works he does, but crush his enemies hip and thigh. May those who hate him rise no more. Of Ben-Hamin, he said, Elohim's beloved, live securely. He protects himself day after day. He lives between his shoulders. Of Yosef, he said, may Elohim bless his land and bless the sky for the dew and for what comes from the deep beneath, and the best of what the sun makes grow, and the best of what comes up from each month, and the best from the mountains of Ad, and the best from the eternal hills, and the best from the earth, and all that fills it, and the favor of him who lives in the burning bush. May the blessings come on the head of Yusuf, and the brow of the prince among his brothers. For his firstborn bull, glory is his horns are those of a wild ox. With them he will gore the people, all of them, to the end of the earth. There are myriads of Ephraim. These are the thousands of Manasseh. Of Zulna, he said, rejoice, Zulna, as you go forth. And your Yeshkara is in your tents. They will summon people to the mountain, and they are righteous sacrifices, and they will draw the abundance of seas. And from the hidden treasures of the sand. Of Gad he said, blessed is he who makes Gad so large. He lies there like a lion, tearing arm and scalp. He chooses the best for himself. When the princely portion are assigned, when the leaders of the people come, he called out Elohim's justice and his rulings concerning Israel. Of Dan he said, Dan is a lion cub, leaping forth from Bashan. Of Naphtali he said, your Naphtali is sacrificed with favor, and full of blessings from Elohim. Take possession of the sea and the south. Of Asher he said, may Asher be most blessed of sons. May he be the favorite among his brothers, and bathe his feet in oil. May your bolts be as iron and bronze, and your strength last as long as you live. Yeshuru, there is no one like Elohim, riding through the heavens to help you, riding on the clouds in his majesty. The Elohim of old is a dwelling place, an everlasting arms beneath. He expelled the enemy before you and said, destroy. So Israel lives in security. The foundation of Yaakov is alone, in the land of grain and new wine, where the skies drip with dew. Happy are the Israeli. Who is like you, the people of Elohim, your defender helping you, and your sword of triumph. Your enemies will cringe before you, but you will trample down their high places. Do you know what tribe you're from? Do you know what tribe you're from? Have you studied that? I know I'm from the tribe of Dan. I know others from the tribe of Levi. If you are not sure, send a message to the Faith Network. We can lead you on that journey. Verse 34 reads, Moshe ascended from the plains of Moab to Mount Nebo, to the summit of Pisgah across from Jericho, where Elohim showed him the land Gilda as far as Dan, and Naphtil, the land of Ephraim and Manasseh, the land of Yehudah, all the way to the sea beyond, the Negev, and the Avar, including the valley of Jericho, the city of dates, palms, as far away as Zoar. Elohim said to him, This is the land concerning which I swore to Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov. I will give it to your descendants. I have let you see it with your eyes, but you will not cross over there. So Moshe, the servant of Elohim, died there, in the land of Moab. As Elohim had said, he was buried in the valley across from Bet Peor, in the land of Moab. But to this day, no one knows where his grave is. Moshe was 120 years old when he died, his eyes undimmed and vigor undiminished. The people of Israel mourned Moshe on the plains of Moab for the 30 days after this, the days of crying of Moshe's end. Joshua the son of Nun was full of the spirit of wisdom, for Moshe had laid his hands on him, and the people of Israel heeded him and did what Elohim had ordered Moshe. Since that time, there has not risen in Israel a prophet like Moshe, when Elohim knew face to face. What signs and wonders Elohim sent him to perform in the land of Egypt upon Pharaoh, all his servants, and all his land. What might was in his hand. What great terror he evoked before the eyes of Israel. This is where Torah ends, but the story only begins here. You have a choice. You can start at the beginning and read Torah for yourself, or you can continue the journey without Torah. There is no journey without Torah. If you are not learning it for yourself or learning the Hebrew, you're somewhere lost in the journey. Continue to support the Faith Network, because we're on the move. Be blessed, and Hazah Hazah, be of good courage.